Hello and welcome to Nelson Oliver Cards. My name's Nelson and today we're talking Star Wars Unlimited, specifically week 1 of the Unlimited Power League, the escalation league that I'm in with a couple of different content creators. I am here. We are mobile recording, so it looks a little different than normal, but we're going to talk about the week 1 results. We're going to open some packs and then talk about the new deck that I built for week 2. So let's talk about what happened. I got absolutely stomped. 2-0 against Misfit Tony. They completely crushed me. Their Vader deck destroyed Luke's precon. It was a good showing by Tony. It was an absolutely well played game, and that actually video should be up on their channel, their Tabletop Misfit channel. They have the recording. I think it's coming up within the next couple of days. So I've linked their channel down below. So if you want to see me get absolutely stomped, you can do that over there. My loss of Luke versus Vader was not actually that uncommon. Ryan lost against Ryan from Man vs. Meeple lost to Step Into the Portal. Their Step Into the Portal, Brant's Vader took Ryan 2-0. And then I have my notes over here. I have to look at them. Then the third match, the Roll and Dice Taking Names matchup there. They mirror matched Luke. So Luke v. Luke, and Marty took that 2-0 as well. So the standings should be on the screen now. You can kind of see that after week 1, we have 1-0s and 0-1s. But as the league kind of expands, it's going to get a little bit more expansive. So, hey, it's Editing Nelson. So it turns out in the chaos of me trying to pack and get all of my physical as well as virtual items packed for my vacation, I unfortunately did not transfer the pack opening videos to the hard drive, so therefore I cannot splice them in. But don't worry, we're going to be opening some packs throughout the week, and for week 2, I do have those packs, and so I will have those for the next video. But instead, what we're going to do here is talk about kind of the main changes to the deck that I made to Vader's Precon. So we basically took Vader's Precon. We have the same command base, Vader and Aggression, but we did add a Precision Fire. Precision Fire is nice here because you attack with the unit against Saboteur. So anybody in the league running like that Luke with a ton of Sentinel, Saboteur can bypass that, as well as counter Luke's shields because you defeat all the enemy shields. So I'm hoping that this is kind of a little bit of a meta tech for the league. Then also if it's a trooper unit, it gets +2, +0 for the attack. And the majority of the units in my deck are trooper units. And so as I start pulling more of these, depending on how the league goes, if we see a lot of surge of Sentinel and Luke for shields, then if we can pull more of these, we're going to be happy with that. Everything else that I actually added into the deck, I think everything else is actually command. I did grab another copy of Resupply. Vader's Precon only comes with 1 Resupply. Resupply allows you to put this into play as a resource. So that allows you to ramp faster. Green has these big units, and we'll talk about some of the big units that we added. Vader comes out on 7. If we can get him out a turn early, the game just feels so much more dynamic and so much better as a Vader player, getting him out early because he's so oppressive. And so having a second copy of Resupply in the deck allows me to increase the consistency of hitting that resupply, or the super laser techs, which also help me kind of ramp a little bit. So a second copy of Resupply went in there. And then we added, and I need to look how to pronounce this. I think it's Ruka. So this is basically my anti-big, or like take out like a Sentinel or something like that. 5 cost. It is a villainy command unit, 3/6 shielded, and then whenever this unit deals combat damage while attacking, you defeat the enemy unit. So if you have someone with a stupid amount of health, like we've seen some like consular security forces, or something with like a very, very high Sentinel, then this is going to be the get out of jail free card to let us knock that out, take out the Sentinel. It's dropping on 5, and so a lot of our high impact cards can hit past the Sentinels. And so a lot of the modifications to the deck are very like teching against the league rules. So we'll see how that works. Then we've got a 97th Legion. 97th Legion is a 7-drop, and everything else that we added in here are like pretty expensive cards. Increasing that resupply, focusing on the super laser tech, trying to ramp pretty quickly. I'm hoping that it works pretty well. It's a 0/0, but it does get +1/+1 for each resource you control. So as the 7-drop, it becomes a 7/7. My goal here is if we can get 7 resources, I'm hoping to have just a lot of very intense, high impact units that kind of win me the game at that point. So this is one of those, and it's just increasing the consistency of drawing into those higher cost cards. Next up, we got a second copy of the Blizzard Assault AT-AT. So this Vader's Precon has one of these. This is an 8-cost 9/9. When this unit attacks and defeats a unit, I can deal the excess damage from this attack to an enemy ground unit. I'm hoping that this is my leader demolisher. Vader is pretty good at taking leaders out as well, but if we can use the Blizzard Assault AT-AT to take out some big units, or maybe even like a smaller unit, and then roll that damage over into a leader or something, like, then we're feeling pretty good. Also really good against Sentinel. So if we attack the Sentinel only has 1 health, we can then roll 8 damage onto another ground unit. So that's pretty happy. But the card pull that dictated week 2's deck, I did pull the commanding the First Legion Darth Vader. Now this is one of the I think probably the most expensive like non-showcase cards in the set as of now. This is a 7-cost villainy command unit. It does have a different title than our leader Vader, so they can be on the table at the same time, but it's a 5/7 ambush. Ambush in this game is very, very powerful. Ambush, you get to, when you play the unit, comes in exhausted. Ambush says you can ready and attack a unit. So just kind of getting an attack off a turn early, very good. And then also when played, search the top 10 cards of your deck for any number of villainy units with a combined cost of 3 or less and play each one of them for free. If this guy drops, it's so much tempo. You can get maybe a 1 and a 2. You can get a super laser tech, which at this point in the game maybe not really needed, but the majority of this deck is 3 cost or below, and a lot of villainy cards. We're looking at, if you check out the deck list, which is linked down below, we're looking at 90% of the cards in this deck are villainy. And there's, I'll put up the graphic actually. I'll just screen cap the graphic and put it on the screen so y'all can see it pretty easily. But I'm pretty excited to have that. Hopefully, you know, we have one of them in a 50 card deck, so if we can see it, we can get it, we're happy. We also have the lightsabers, Vader's lightsabers, and those can attach to either the leader or the unit Vader and get that 4 damage going off. But I'm pretty excited for the deck. Again, deck link is down below, but let me know what you think of the deck. Let me know how you see it shaping up. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out a way to kind of create a database of all the cards that are available to me. That's just gonna help me, but also I think maybe y'all will find it interesting. So if I'll have that probably by, goal is next week, maybe probably not this week, but maybe next week I'll have that, and so we can kind of theory craft the deck with the pools that we have right now. I do want to in these videos talk about some of the other members' decks and how they're modifying and if they had any pretty epic pulls. However, we're having a hard time finding some cards right now. There's a little bit of a, maybe not even a little bit, there is a shortage of unlimited cards. And so some of the members in the league have yet to get their packs to modify their decks. And so we have a deck lock on Saturday nights, and we kind of, that was a little bit flexible this first week until we can get packs. I don't want to lock people into just the precons again. So that will be a segment in the upcoming videos, however, just not this one. But as we go on, we will be talking about some other decks that other people are making. Week 2, I am going to be going up against Tony from Rolling Dice Taking Names, so I'm looking forward to that matchup. Make sure you stick around, follow the channel so you can see. I don't know if we're going to have a video just because of the mobile. It's really hard to get kind of a top-down stuff, but we will be doing a recap video. We'll be opening some packs, modifying decks, and going forward for week 3. Thank you all so very much for hanging out. I appreciate you all. Hope you're having a fantastic day. May the force be with you.